Alright, boys. Today's lesson is a lesson in learning how to not give a single fuck. Okay? This is one of the biggest secrets to trading. Not giving a fuck if you lose or if you win. Now, if you're a new trader, it could take some time to not give a fuck because when you take losses and you see your money going down, it can be upsetting. But hopefully, in this video, you'll find some ways to help yourself learn how to not give a fuck, okay? And let's go over some of the basics, okay? The market never ever almost never ever goes straight up or straight down, right? Pretty much always it's always, diddling around up and down, up and down, up and down, okay? And that can mess with your psychology. That can mess with your mindset because you can see yourself up $2,000 at one point, and then boom, all your profits gone in a second, and now you're red. But what are you gonna do? You didn't close the trade when you were in green, right? Because you were hoping for a bigger move. So what do in this kind of situation? You obey your stop loss and you obey your take profit. And you sit there and you patiently wait because patience pays. Okay? So, learning how to not give a fuck as the market fluctuates is one of the most important skills you can learn. And I'm going to try to give you some tips on how to not give a fuck. Okay? One of the first tips is don't watch your trade. You could literally just set it and forget it and walk away. Okay? That's one thing you could do. That's one tip I have for you. Is wait for a great trade, preferably a trade where you waited, for it to come to a specific zone, or a trade where, you were gonna enter there and put your stop loss there and put your take profit there, and then instead of doing that, you waited and you actually put your entry where your stop loss would have been, and then your stop loss in a different place and your take profit in another place, and then you just got up and you left. And then you came back and hopefully you won the trade or you lost the trade. Either way, it doesn't matter because that is just part of trading. And, the sooner you can learn how to, not give a fuck, the sooner you're going to be able to make, potentially better trades. And, you know, trading without being afraid to lose will give you such an incredible edge in the market. It'll help you see patterns that you weren't able to see before because you were so afraid. And, just working on that psychological part is going to change your trading significantly. And if you haven't done this yet, watch all of the Mark Douglas trading psychology videos on YouTube. They're all on YouTube, they're all free. Mark Douglas trading psychology. He is epic and he is amazing. But I can give you a few tips that, I learned from my trading, and, I recently was in a rut. For a few months, I was just completely losing my ass. Luckily, I made a bunch of money before then, so I didn't, run out of money or end up taking a loss on the year or whatever it is. But for about 2 or 3 months, I was taking losses and I was not profitable. And, it was very difficult to get out of that rut, but I did it. And one of the ways that I did that, tip number two, is if you're in a trading rut and you're taking significant losses every single day, anger's building up, um, because anger accumulation is a real thing, you know what I mean? You take a loss on Monday, you win on Tuesday, you take another loss on Wednesday, you take a loss on Thursday. By Friday, you have so much anger built up inside of you that you're going to explode and you could completely destroy your entire trading account. And, it doesn't matter if you're using a prop firm or personal money, Losing an account is never a good feeling. So, avoiding that anger accumulation is going to be huge to helping you become a profitable trader. Okay? And the same goes for winning. When when you're winning, very often, just like with my Top Step live funded account, right? I was having massive wins every single day for, weeks. I was making 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 60,000, and I felt like I was invincible. I had like a euphoric feeling, right? And when you have that euphoric feeling, you feel like nothing bad can happen. So I would let trades that I was in, five, $10,000 of profits, I would let them go against me and actually fucking hit my DLL, or, make me lose all my profit on the day, or in some cases back in the day, blow up my entire trading account. I've lost over $100,000 my own personal money in one day before. And trust me, that was not a good feeling. And, when stuff like that happens, the tip number two that I have for you is take a trading break. You need to have the power to just step away from trading for not just a few days, but a few weeks. A week, 2 weeks, maybe even a whole month. It will help you completely reset and rewire your brain and forget about all those times where, the trade was going so good and then it fucking plowed you in the butthole. You know what I mean? It's very important. Trading is such a psychological game. Takes such a heavy mental um, toll on you, and people don't realize it. It actually affects you physically too, like your whole body, not just your brain, but your body will become exhausted as well. And it's stuff like that that can really, 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 really help your trading career advance, is by taking a break, whether it's a week, however long you think it needs to be, but not just one day, not just 2 days. If you're in a really, really bad spot, that won't be enough. If you're in just like, a minor rut, maybe a day or 2 or 3 days could do it, maybe 1 week, something like that. It's up to you. You know what I mean? I'm only here to provide you with some guidance, right? Some sort of, um, opinion that, or not even an opinion, just stuff that worked for me, right? Because what I'm here to do is I'm here to help you avoid making the same mistakes that I did in my trading career, because I have taken devastating losses that could have been easily avoided if I just listened to somebody, or if I had, some kind of mentorship, just like you're kind of getting right now from me. And I think it could have just, made my life so much better and so much easier, and I could have just excelled rapidly instead of having those big ups and downs that I had throughout my career. Okay, and here is another big one. And, I struggle with this as well. Um, it's, anger management, right? Sometimes you take one or two losses in a row, you get so fucking pissed off that you enter your third trade, and you're like, no, this is gonna turn into another fucking loss. You don't let it play out, right? You just get so angry that you take it goes a little bit against you, and you close it out, right? Before it hits your stop loss, before it hit, before it does really anything. You just already know in your head this is gonna be a loser trade. It's it's a mentality like that that will make you unsuccessful, because you know it's like Kobe Bryant. When what made him a superstar basketball player is when there's the game-winning shot. It's the buzzer bell, boom, he fucking shoots it and he makes it, right? He didn't choke on the game-winning shot, right? That's what made him a professional, and that's what made him stand out. And learning to control your anger is one way to make yourself a professional. Um, and if let's say that third trade, after that those two losses that you took, that third trade that you just canceled out because it just didn't feel right. There was no indication that it wasn't gonna go your way or that it wasn't a good trade, and you canceled it out just based on a pure anger. That is essentially choking on the game-winning shot because you know there's a high chance if you followed all the proper trading rules or trading strategies that you're using, there's a good chance that it could have been that game-winning shot, and it could have made up for those two losses or whatever it could have done. I mean, it could have gone against you too, but once you enter the trade, it's a really good idea just to let it play out. Um, Unless like your intuition, I'm an intuitional trader, plus a little bit discretion, plus a little bit of mechanical. I use all three. Um, Unless like your intuition is really, really, really telling you, whispering to you, not screaming at you, because screaming is impulse, right? Impulse screams, intuition whispers. That's from Hogue from Top Step TV. He told me that one. I still love that quote. Um, that's the difference between you know being a pro and just being a chump is not choking on that game winning shot. And trading with anger is is a way to make your chances of failure just so much higher. So that's my tip for you, um, for number three is, as long as it follows your strategy, setup looks good, anything could happen in trading. You never know what's going to happen. But even if you had those two losses in a row, let's say your max loss limit is three. You take three trades, you lose three in a row, and you're done. But now you're only at two, and now your third one, you're already pissed off because you lost two. Just fucking let it play out. Make sure it's the right setup, make sure it looks good, but just let it play out. Don't choke on the game-winning shot, okay? Because that is the difference. We are playing a game of statistics and probabilities, okay? And learning to think in probabilities could be one of the best things you could do. And I am going to try my best to teach you guys how to trade in probabilities or think in probabilities so, you know, you could become a profitable trader. And yes, psychological skills are what fill the gap between a decent trader and a great trader. And one of the psychological skills are sticking to the fucking plan, no matter what. No matter if it's fucking whipping down, no matter if it's one tick away from your stop loss, just like yesterday. If you guys watched my live session, yesterday was the 2nd of July. We were one tick away from our stop loss. We were about to take a $10,000 loss on our fast track trading Grand Prix accounts, and we were one tick away from from basically taking a massive loss. What did I do? I just sat there. Actually, I think I ended up walking away, and then I came back, and the fucking trade went one tick away from my stop loss. Boom, straight to my take profit, and I ended up making $11,000 that day. So it's stuff like that makes a big difference. Not closing out before it hits your stop loss, or not taking your profit too early because you got scared and you don't want it to come back on you. You know, think in probabilities. Think in, you know, statistics. Think out of 100 trades, what is the chance I'm gonna win? Or like what if out of 100 trades, if my win rate's 50%, and my risk reward is 1.5, um, And just think about it. Like don't think about the one trade, don't think about the two trades, don't think about the three trades. Think about the hundreds, think about the thousands of trades. And just make sure you're not just clicking random fucking buttons. Make sure you're watching the videos in this course and you are using them and you're applying the skills to be able to trade in probabilities. Because if you do follow the things that I'm teaching you, then there's a good chance that you could end up making money. I'm not saying you will, but the chances will be significantly higher. And fear, fear. We already talked a little bit about fear, but fear is also, just one of the major factors. Control fear, and um, you can basically control everything when it comes to trading. But that's not the only thing. Greed, greed is the other major player, right? Fear and greed. They are the destroyers of traders, okay? So, what I suggest you do is you take 1 to 3 trades in a day, in whatever time frame you want, 1 to 3 trades, and you do it absolutely mechanically. Okay? You do not fucking touch it. You enter your trade, you put your stop loss wherever it is, you put your take profit wherever it is. If you want an example, I'm using 73 tick take profits and I'm using 50 tick stop losses. You could copy me if you like, or you can do whatever you want to do. But try this, okay? Like I mentioned before, pick a trade, pick where your stop loss is going to be. Don't take the trade. Instead, put your entry where your stop loss is going to be. See if you get filled, and just let that trade play out. Do that 1 to 3 times a day for, let's say, an entire month, and just be completely emotionally detached. Have zero fear, zero greed. Do not go over the 3 trade limit. Okay, you have a choice. Go from 1, 2, or 3 trades. Choose any number, but do not go over the 3 trade limit. Okay, do this for an entire month. Yes, do this for an entire month, and let's see if your trading improves, and let's see if you make money that month. And what do you have to lose? What's the worst case scenario? You wasted a month of trading, and you didn't make any money, or you lost a little bit of money. Oh well, it's just 1 month. But you tried it, and at least you said you fucking dedicated yourself and you had the discipline to actually do it. Because discipline is something that you need to have in this game if you want to be a successful trader. And then what's the best case scenario that could happen? Best case scenario is, majority of the trades worked out. Let's say you had a 50% win rate. Let's say you had a 70% win rate. Congratulations. You're profitable. Even with a 30% win rate, you're still profitable because your risk reward, was slightly higher. No, I don't know about the 73 tick. Whatever. Point is, just do it, try it. This is the 1 month challenge. Take the 3 trades, 1 to 3 trades, where you put your entry where your stop loss would have been, and then you just leave it and you let it play out, and you use the lessons from the other master classes based on trends, based on price action, and you use those to enter the trades properly, and then let's see what happens at the end of that month. And what I want you to do is I want you to tell me, DM me in Discord, on Instagram, whatever. Tell me that you're starting this challenge, the day you are starting it, and then tell me at the end of the month how it worked out for you. And also, let's say you lack the discipline and you didn't actually follow the rules that you said you were going to follow in your head, then tell me that as well, and we'll talk through it and we will work together to hopefully build your discipline and come up with a way to make you a profitable, successful trader. Okay, because that is my goal. My goal is to help you make as much money as possible and set your life in a good direction. Okay, with that being said, boys, if you ever need anything from me, I'm just one DM away in the Capo Club. Till the next time, boys. Peace.